When solving a trigonometric equation, you are actually solving for an angle. Always isolate the trigonometric ratio and use the shift button for a Casio calculator or a second function button for a sharp calculator to solve for the angle. All right, now let's discuss few basics, right, before moving to the examples. Let's say you are given sine B equals to A, right? Now, when you look at the left-hand side, you have sine B. Now, the question says, determine the value of B, right? That means B should be the only one left on the left-hand side, and everything else should be on the right-hand side. Now, the question is, how do you remove or eliminate sine, right? When sine moves across to the other side, right, it changes and it now becomes arc sine. This is how you write it, arc sine, right? So this side you found A, and on the left hand side you are only left with B. The other way to write arc sine is sine and minus 1 A, right? So that is the other way to write arc sine. So now, if you want to access arc sine on your calculator, this is how you go about it. Now, as you can see that we have arc sine A, right? So A can be any value, right? Depending on the equation that you are dealing with, all right? Now, the question is, how do you access arc sine? When you have a Casio calculator, the first thing that you do is you press shift, all right? After pressing shift, then you can choose arc sine. It's in yellow, so I have arc sine, right? Now, let's decide and say the value of A in this case is 1 over 2. 1 over 2, all right? Now you press equal sign. The value that you get is 30. That is actually how you go about finding or locating arc sine. Example number 1. Determine the value of x if sine into 2x is equals to 1 over 2. All right? Now, first thing first, you need to move sine to the other side, right? So we want the value of x, right? Now, when you move sine to the other side, it now becomes arc sine into 1 over 2, all right? That will be arc sine into 1 over 2. And on the left-hand side, you are left with 2x, okay? 2x. Now, when you punch arc sine 1 over 2 into your calculator, what do you get? You get 30 degrees, all right? And this side you still have 2x. Now, in order for you to be left with x on the left-hand side, what do? You divide both sides by 2. That's what I'm going to do. Divide both sides by 2. This side I'll be left with x. This side I'll be left with 15 degrees. That is the value of x. Example number 2. Determine the value of x if 4 cos into 2x plus 30, close bracket, plus 1 is equals to 1, right? Now, the first thing that we need to do is to take this 1 to the other side, right? So when 1 crosses to the other side, it will be 1 minus 1, okay? What we'll have is take that 1 to the other side is equals to minus 1. This side, I still have it as it is. All right. Now, 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. So I have 0 that side. This side, I still have 4 cos 2 plus 30. All right. Now, I need to divide both sides by 4. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get to x, right? So 4 will cancel 4, right? I'll be left with cos 2x plus 30. Cos 2x plus 30, right? And this side 0 divided by 4, it's 0. All right. Now, if you check here, I have cos 2x plus 30 equals to 0. The only way to eliminate cos is as if I take it across to the other side. When it crosses to the other side, it becomes a cos. So it's going to become a cos 0. All right. So this side I'll be left with 2x plus 30 degrees. Okay. Now, when you punch a cos 0 into your calculator, what do you get? You get 90 degrees. Okay. So this side you have 80 degrees 2x. All right. Now, you need to take 30 degrees to the other side. What do you have? 90 minus 30. 90 minus 30 degrees. 2x. All right. So 90 minus 30, that is 60 degrees. 2x. All right. I'm going to continue this side. Now, when you have 2x is equals to 60 degrees, right? How do you get x? You divide both sides by 2. Okay. Therefore, x will be 30 degrees. Example number 3. Right. Example number 3. Determine the value of x if tan into x over 2 minus 1 over square root of 3 is equals to 0. Right. Now, we want to determine the value of x, meaning everything else needs to go to the other side. Right. Now, we're going to start with this one. So, minus 1 over square root of 3. When it crosses to the other side, it becomes a positive, right? So it becomes positive 1 over square root of 3. And then this side we're still left with tan x over 2. All right. Now look at that. What do you have? You have tan, right? Now tan, when it moves to the other side, remember we need to eliminate so that we can be left with x. So when tan moves to the other side, it now becomes arctan, right? So you put tan minus 1 like that. So it's going to be arctan square root of 3. All right. So this side you are left with x over 2. All right. Now, when you have arctan, right, and you punch that arctan 1 over square root of 3, what do you get? You get 30 degrees. Okay. So this side you still have x over 2. Right. Now, to be left with only x on this side, you need to multiply both sides by 2 so that those two can eliminate each other. All right. Now, this will cancel that. All right. And then you'll be left with x. And then 60 will be your answer. That is because 30 times 2 is equals to 60.